Hi, I'm Victoria Ballou, publisher and contributor to Astrologic Magazine, and I am inviting you to choose a stack of cards right now to hear the message your subconscious has for you in this moment. So I invite you to choose a stack. Is it underneath Vesta, my warrior priestess, or perhaps your message lies underneath this beautiful fossilized shell, which is millions of years old, or perhaps it's underneath this quartz obelisk. Go with your first impulse because that's the best one to choose. That is what your subconscious is telling you to choose, which of course your subconscious comes through in the tarot. That's why you came here today, and that's exactly what you need to do. And while you're choosing, let me share with you my very favorite quote, which I live by, and I hope will help you as well. It's a quote by Albert Einstein, who said, "Everything is energy. That's all there is to it. Match the frequency of the reality you want, and you cannot help but get that reality. This is not philosophy. This is physics." And if you enjoy hearing that quote and are in the mindset of practical metaphysics, like I am and like this channel is, then I invite you to subscribe to Astrologic Magazine. Every month we have new articles on astrology, tarot, well-being, all with the intent of bringing ancient science into modern practice for the benefit of our like-minded community. You can find the magazine only online at astrologicmagazine.com. Did that give you time to choose? Let's begin. We're going to start with the first stack of cards underneath Vesta and take a look at your overview energy. This is your energy from a broad standpoint right now. Let's see what's going on. Well, you have the moon, and this is such an interesting card because the moon speaks of things that come to us in our dreams, which of course, as most of you know, I analyze dreams. I help people analyze their dreams. So this is something dealing with that very subconscious realm that we work in our sleep, in our dreams. But it can also represent you being at the precipice of a threshold. And what I mean by that is that you are in a testing phase, which could actually result in you moving forward in some very dynamic way. If you take the time to really look at where you are and to use your subconscious, your intuitive energies to understand where you are. So this is your overview energy. I hope you understand what I'm talking about because this is a very exciting time. It holds a lot of promise for you. So you have your challenge card here, and this will bring us some clarification on what's going on even further. So let's see what comes up. Very interesting. The Chariot. Of course, the Chariot does absolutely represent possibilities. It also represents victory. But this is your challenge energy. And so this is saying you are being challenged. And furthermore, because you have this moon energy present and the Chariot energy, this is saying right now you're in this kind of murky, shadowy place of not exactly understanding what to do with this, this energetic situation that you're in. And I hope you realize that you're in it. And if you don't, then I'm very glad you came here today because this is going to enlighten you. This can help put you onto that path of using this energy to your highest potential. So we're going to take a look at the third card, which is your course of action called for. Let's see, given what we understand now with these two very potent energies present, what you need to do to put this into your highest potential. Let's take a look. Wow. Okay, another major arcana card. This is the Fortune card. This is saying timing is on your side right now. You are in the position of making a dynamic breakthrough. I really encourage you not to hesitate. Let's look at these three cards here: the Moon, the Chariot, and the Fortune card. You have something very dynamic happening in your life right now, whether you realize it or not. After seeing this reading, I know that you do realize it now. And if you're not quite certain, because this moon energy is saying that you may not actually be certain of what's going on, I want to tell you, yes, it's here. The potential is here for you to take a major step forward in your own personal life. You are ready to level up, but you are not certain, perhaps, of how to do this. You need to explore all of your options. And if this isn't coming together for you consciously, let me suggest this. I want you to meditate or go on a long walk where you turn loose of your conscious thoughts. I want you to think about what I'm saying to you right now, because there is energy, there is a timing that is present within your life right now that can take you to a new level that can be very beneficial to you. So I know this sounds very general and esoteric in its nature, but I do believe you understand. Pay attention to your dreams. Think of those dream symbols. You know, in Astrologic Magazine, we have a whole section devoted to dream symbols and what they mean, because what you dream is symbolic and is not to be taken literally. So you can actually go into that section of the magazine, look up these symbols, and begin to piece together the narrative, because that's very much what the moon is representing here. It's playing, this is, your dreams are playing a part in what's going on with you right now. So please listen to what I'm saying. Take advantage of learning how to work with the subconscious energy and go forward with it. There is something dynamic that can happen in your life right now, and timing is everything. That's what the Fortune card is saying. And I'm really excited for you, and I hope this works out to your highest potential. All right, let's take a look at the second stack of cards. We're going to move the fossilized shell over and see what's underneath the first card, which is your overview energy, your energy from a broad standpoint right now. Let's see what's going on. Well, you have the Five of Cups. This is called disappointment here in the Thoth deck. And, I'm sorry that this is energy that's present in your life in a general way right now. But of course, sometimes we are disappointed. This can be disappointment that you're experiencing on a grand scale. It might be something that is more, that's smaller, but it nevertheless represents you being disappointed about something right now. And so that's why, and if that wasn't enough, we do have challenge energy, and I'm going to go ahead and pull that card because this is going to bring us some more clarity about this disappointment energy that you're working with. Okay, Knight of Wands. This is about movement. You are stuck, and that's very clear now. It can be a feeling of being literally stuck in a place, in a job, in the place where you live. This is you feeling trapped in some way and very disappointed about it. It could be disappointment in yourself. It could be disappointment in some external influence that you have no control of. But indeed, this has to do with some sort of either situation. It could also be a person. This is the Knight of Wands, and so it could represent a person. And that person could be yourself or someone in your life that you know or that you may not even really personally know. But it's something that's hindering your progress forward. We are going to take a look at the third card, which is your course of action called for, because this is the tarot, your subconscious energy, giving you direction, guidance on how to work with this disappointment. Well, you have the Princess of Wands. Okay, this has become very clear now. Princess of Wands is also about movement, but she is spontaneous, rebellious movement. She is doing things her own way, and in the blink of an eye, she can change her mind. She can change the direction of how she's going. This is energy, which is your subconscious, which is the tarot saying to you, it's time to listen to that inner voice within you and not be concerned about what others think, to follow the impulse within you, that subconscious impulse. And I'm so glad you came here for this reading today, because this is saying, yes, your intuition is working. Yes, you need to incorporate this subconscious realm into your conscious life. It is time for you to do that. That's how you deal with this disappointment. That's how you get this energy, this Knight of Wands energy moving forward, because it needs to move forward. This is stagnant, sappy energy. That's what this disappointment energy feels like, sapping you of your happiness, sapping you of your motivation. So indulge and allow that Princess of Wands energy to come forward, to do something that feels maybe out of character for you, but that intuitively you know that you need to do in this moment. So I encourage you to think about what that is and allow that to come out. And when you do, you're going to be taking a major step forward in understanding how to work with this disappointment. It's going to be, that proverbial light bulb moment where you go, oh yes, this is what I need to do. Okay, let's take a look at the third stack of cards. And what we're going to see first is your overview. This is your energy from a broad standpoint right now. Let's see what's going on. How nice. You have the Star. This is energy that shows that you are really resonating at a high level right now. You are the Star in some regard in your life at this moment. The Star also represents some very clear perceptions on your part. So you're really understanding something, whether on a broad scale or a smaller scale, but something has come into focus for you in that spiritual or perhaps esoteric, some esoteric way within you that you now can think to yourself, yeah, I understand what's going on. I know, I see the situation. That's where you are right now. And what a wonderful place to be. And look at how beautifully it resonates with the quartz obelisk, the same colors. I love it. So that just gives it even more energy. It feels really good. But we're going to take a look at the second card, which is your challenge energy. Even though you're resonating with this beautiful star potential right now, there is, of course, challenge energy. We all have challenge energy in every moment, right? That's what keeps us growing and keeps us learning as we go along our path. So let's check and see what's going on. Okay, so another major arcana card, it's the Devil. The Devil card in its positive, in its balcony view, as I call it, represents creativity, spontaneity, the ability to, at the drop of the hat, be creative and go have fun and really, and a sense of humor, right? All of these are wonderful qualities to have. But of course, it's a very fine line with this Devil energy, because stepping over that line, you get into things like addiction, too much of a good time, too much of something. And that's where you are as having this as a challenge card, right? And so what we're looking at here is, while you have your beautiful star energy as your overview, you also have this devil energy, which is saying it's really poking at you in a kind of notorious way of tempting you, or maybe you're already into a place where you feel like, yeah, I've gone too far with something, or I need to pull back in this way. It's something along those lines, because it always represents our shadow energy, especially when it's our challenge. And so even though you're glowing with star energy, there is something that is also resonating this devil energy, right? So that's why we have the third card, your course of action called for. Let's take a look at what it is that can help you mitigate this challenge energy. Okay, so it's the Nine of Swords. Here in the top deck, it's called cruelty. What this represents is cruelty on the scale of how you're being self-abusive. And certainly that represents overindulgence that comes forth with the devil energy, right? Because anytime we go over that line from creativity and having fun into that shadow energy that I am talking about, into addiction and obsession, right? Then you get into this negative self-talk that is so indicative of the Nine of Swords energy here. And so what we need to do, according to these cards, is it's time for you to pull back. It's time for you to take a break, to hit the pause button. Number one, within yourself, enough of beating up yourself with maybe these mental tapes that play over and over in your head that are criticizing, that are very critical of yourself. I call them mind ruts. When we get into that place, it's like, it's like a wheel going over a muddy road over and over and over, and it just gets deeper and deeper. It becomes a rut. And that's what happens when we have all of this negative self-talk. Certainly when we catch ourselves in a pattern that does not serve us, it is important for us to have something in our minds that says, okay, I have to stop this. This is not healthy for me. I need to stop. But just playing that tape over and over again without the action of actually putting forward positive change, healthy change, it does no good. It actually makes things worse. And so what this tarot reading for you today is saying, stop the negative talk to yourself. Don't let anybody else abuse you in that way either. And allow yourself to hit the pause button on all of this. Take a break, regroup on what it is that you need to do to make this positive change going forward, to correct this. Because let's remember, you still have this beautiful star energy happening right now, but underneath the surface, is brewing this devil energy. And so let's mitigate this right now. Let's deal with it and put it into a positive frame and move forward in a way that's going to be beneficial to you. Stop saying negative things to yourself and instead put positive actions into place immediately. Think those through. If you don't know what you need to be doing, think them through, because that is where you begin to make these positive changes. Thank you all so much for joining me today. Please leave any questions or comments you have below, because I always enjoy hearing from you and I'm always here to serve you. Thank you for joining me.